Tune into Edutainment 101, where experts voice their opinions on education and entertainment with your host, Deandra. This is where education meets entertainment. Welcome to Edutainment 101 right here on Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city. Here, experts in education and entertainment voice their opinions on how we can use entertainment as a tool to educate. You can participate in the extreme giveaways to see what you can win tonight. I'm your host, Deandra, and this is where education meets entertainment. Now, some people think that you have to choose between being a corporate person and being a creative, but this phenomenal woman has proven that you can be the best of both. In studio with me is Miss Suzanne Beadle. I call her Bug. She's a teacher, an actress, a theater practitioner, and my creative director. Welcome, Miss Beadle. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So now I just listed a few of the things that you do. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Lord of mercy, Deandra. Okay, so I'm a drama teacher. I teach at Arden High School. Shout out to all my Optima peeps. And I am a practitioner of theater myself. So I mostly direct and act. However, I recently, 2 years ago, started producing and writing.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing all of it. I also am involved in art development through the JCDC.
Yes.
I'm an external assessor at Excelsior Community College Performing Arts School. And yeah.
You have to talk about Tableau. They want to know how you become my creative director.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So Deandra is a member of the great Tableau Center for the Performing Arts.
So me can act.
Where I am the founding director. Tableau celebrated 10 years 2 years ago. You realize that? Yes, we get old and so. So in 1997, this group came together, and it was originally intended to create opportunities for me to be on stage. And then the students at Arden decided that when they graduated from the drama club, they didn't want to separate. So they all just kind of came into Tableau, and then they brought their friends.
Yeah, that's how I got there. Big up, girl.
There, yes, girl. And it just became this young people group. Just can't get rid of them.
No, you can't get rid of a bug.
Yes.
So a little birdie told me that you've won some awards in the past. Tell us about some of those awards that you won.
All right. Well, I've been at Arden now for 19 years. I know I only look like 25, but I'm not. Yes. So over the years, entering the JCDC Performing Arts competition, we've won numerous awards in terms of performing arts, specifically for me, speech and drama. Personally, though, I've won repeatedly best director, best speech tutor for different classes, best overall teacher, so on and so forth. I have been awarded also for Talawa as an actress.
Yes.
And I've been nominated as director, producer through the Actor Boy Awards as well. So
okay, that's awesome. I heard that you're on the board of the Actor Boy Awards. Is that so?
I'm a part of the administrative team.
Okay, yes. Awesome. All right, Ms. Beadle, how important is education to you, and why did you decide to become a drama teacher?
Decide. That's a wrong word. When I was growing up, you know how some people always know exactly what they want to do? I was not one of those people at all. But I knew one thing that I would never do, and that was to teach.
I see.
Yes, 19 years later. But, I grew up watching my dad on stage. My father is an actor and a singer, and I grew up in theater. It's in my blood. And so when the opportunity to audition for the LTM National Pantomime Company came up, I went, got in, and that's how I started. And a few years later, and Miss Gracia Thompson, who was a drama teacher at Arden before me and is there now as well, as my co-drama teacher, she actually left, and she went on leave, and there was an opening for a temporary position, which I got. And then after that, she resigned, and I was offered the post.
Okay.
Yeah, so it kind of just fell in my lap.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah. So what is the difference that you see between teaching drama and using drama to teach?
All them hard questions here.
You're not hard, man.
Okay, all these intellectual questions. All right, so, teaching drama is really teaching theater, teaching students about drama as a genre of literature.
Yes.
Or about theater performance, the stage, using the theater properly, and all of those things. Mm-hmm. Using drama to teach, though, is such a potentially powerful tool that I think we misunderstand and underestimate. Drama can be used to teach any subject. And it also, I believe, will allow the students to better grasp the subjects. Mm-hmm. I remember I went to a session, put on by the Ministry of Education at the time with Amina Blackwood Meeks, did a session on using an Anansi story to teach averages in maths. Okay. And I was like, what? She was like, this Anansi story that, talk about the different ways you can get to the number 5.
And I bet that after that, the students remember it more.
Of course, absolutely. So when you use arts to teach, they retain it more easily, and it helps them to relate more personally to any subject matter.
This is the hard question. I think that one they did add. From your experience, yes, can you tell me what the difference is between children and youth that are exposed to the arts versus those not associated with the arts at all, especially in their behaviors?
Okay. First of all, being that we're in Jamaica, I would be hard pressed to find students who are not exposed to the arts in some way or another.
That is true.
Right? However, those who are specifically involved with themselves, first of all, you have to be disciplined.
Yes.
You have to be focused.
That is true.
You have to be able to work with a group. You have to be able to interact with people. You have to work under pressure. All of
time management.
Time management. These are tools that you have to learn to use in society as a whole.
Yeah.
And so if you're able to succeed under the high pressure environment of the arts, you will be able to succeed in life. You'll be able to succeed in a high pressure environment of a job or of studies or, whatever it is that you're doing. And I really do believe, I think many, many studies have proven over and over again, students who are directly involved in the arts are more well-rounded. And gone are the days when pure academics will take you anywhere, whether it's a college or into the workplace.
That is true.
Because people are looking for young people who show leadership qualities.
Yes.
Who show that they can work with a team, who show that they can communicate effectively. And so I've had students who have gone on to study medicine, for example.
Yeah.
And have said to me, being in the drama club has helped them to be able to present their papers and their assignments more effectively, and to be able to speak to people, to be able to speak at conferences, and
that is true. So, it really helps with writing also.
Yes,
because I realize that since being a part of Tableau, it has been easier for me to write because I can place myself in certain situations and take on characters that I couldn't before. And most of the times when writing, I don't write based off my experience. So I have to put myself in character in order to write effectively.
Right.
So
and
I
that's
get
just
exactly
a
what
part
you're
of
saying.
everyday life. It's something that we have to do. Even if we're not doing it for the stage, we have to do it. We have to learn to walk in people's shoes all the time.
And learn to adapt.
To be empathetic to people and all of that. And no man is an island. We all have to interact with people every day. And so being able to put yourself in somebody's shoes is a tool that can help you in life. And, the arts is such an underrated tool in a country like Jamaica that is built on the head and shoulders of artists.
That is true.
It's unfortunate, but, that's why we're here. That
is true. And now we're going to go to a break. We're going to have some sweet music for you. But when we come back, we're going to have the Extreme feature, which is Soul Art, a production put on by Miss Beadle herself. And we will also have the Extreme giveaway, so you have to stay tuned. And Miss Beadle will get her Extreme challenge. She don't know what it is, but we're going to challenge her tonight when we come back right here on Extreme Edutainers, Edutainment 101. are tuned into Edutainment 101 right here on Roots 96.1 FM. And we're in studio and we're having fun with Miss Suzanne Beadle, Beetlebug. All right. So now she's going to tell us about her production, Soul Art.
Okay, so Soul Art by Suzanne is a new production company. It's an art production company,
Okay.
which we formed 2 years ago in 2017. And in 2017, we did our first theatrical production called 70 times 7, The Real Truth. And 2 days ago, we opened our second production, which is called Yours Truly. So we just opened at the Phoenix Theatre on Haining Road, and we're so excited.
I'm excited too.
Yes, we had a wonderful time Saturday and Sunday. And guess who was into the audience yesterday? The fabulous Shirley Lee Ralph Manger.
Nice.
Kinova.
That is awesome.
Yes. So, we had a great time. And we're looking forward to you all coming out and supporting us. Yours truly plays weekends right up until July 14th.
All right. So can you tell us what it is about, though?
Okay. So Yours truly is looking at faith and love, because Soul Art is faith-based. It's a faith-based production company, art production, music, theater, painting, dance, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we're looking at faith and love from a male perspective.
Okay.
So we don't get to hear from the men a lot.
That is very interesting.
Delve into the minds of men so much. So we're looking to ask a couple of questions. One, what does it mean to be unequally yoked, really? And two, can a man, like a Jamaican man was raised to take charge and man up, and can a man really let go and let God? The idea of letting go and not being in charge of everything. Yes. I'm excited
to see it. So I have to come see it before the week done before.
Yes, please.
When are the show dates?
We at the moment we play Friday and Saturday at 8 and Sunday at 6. I think the last week of this month though we also have a Thursday show.
Okay.
So but just call 430-3780 for details. We'll let you know.
All right. So now for your edutainment challenge. Explain how you would use drama to teach a group of 4th graders how to keep their environment clean. You told us that you can use drama to teach anything,
You tell them something.
Yes.
Okay, so you know what? There's a wonderful genre of drama called community drama, which is where you identify a problem, a community-based problem, and you come up with solutions, and at the end of it you should have solved the problem. And the good thing about community drama is that you don't have to have a big set or all of that. You just use whatever you have in your space to create. And so what I would do is to sit with a group of grade 4 students, 4th graders, me Deandra with 4th graders.
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Okay. So I would sit with them and we would talk about cleanliness. We would talk about how they feel if the place is cluttered. We would talk about whether it's good or bad, and then we would talk about how can we convince our friends that it's better to be clean than not to be clean. And then from then we would kind of develop as we go along some kind of improv-based scenario.
So we're looking at a play or a skit.
Yes, or poetry. But here's the thing with that age group. When it comes from out of them, it resonates with them more.
Okay.
As opposed to me writing something and giving it to them and say, okay, learn this.
This is true. This is true.
So I would use the style of community drama and improvisation and just discussion with them about what it means to be clean and how they feel. How do you feel when you come into a room and it chuck up and everything just fling down all over the place, as opposed to when you come into a room that's nice and clean and that kind of thing, and get them to express themselves and get them to start learning how to create art.
Yes, because the aim of this program really, is to get teachers, caregivers, and parents to understand that having the children at school, how many hours are they at school for?
Only.
Yeah, and then they come home with homework, and then they have to take up book again. So it is very important for the parents also to understand that we can use different forms of entertainment to help them with their work, their schoolwork.
Everybody has creativity in them. It just depends on the level of development. In a previous program, I heard them talking about when you see the children interested in different things, don't stifle it.
True.
Allow them to develop it. So you use what you see your child interested in So if your child is interested in music, help them to write a song about cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're interested in poetry, if they're interested in games, help them to create a game about being clean and picking up things. You know what I mean? So there's so many ways that you can use art to teach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and but for me, it is more important when they're part of the creation process because it resonates with them better.
All right, and to our listeners, I want you to send in your comments on our page under the last post that you see how you would use drama to teach a group of grade 4 students.
Someone win the challenge?
Tell me if she win.
If I win the challenge and what me win.
Well, talking about winning, right? So I have the extreme giveaway right now. I'm going to talk to Miss Beadle very soon about what she wins, but I'm going to tell you what you can win right now. So for the chance to win 2 tickets to Soul Art by Suzanne on Friday night, what time?
7 o'clock.
You have to answer this question correctly. Now, the first person to follow Extreme Edutainers on Instagram, follow and tag Roots 96.1 FM, then answer the question correctly, will win these 2 tickets. And now Miss Beadle is gonna ask you the question.
Okay, and the question is, give the correct name of the veteran Jamaican actor Maffy.
No.
My brethren, make up yourself, Maffy.
We call him Uncle Maffy.
Yes.
We can't call him right name now. So the first person to give the correct name for the veteran Jamaican actor Maffy will win the 2 tickets to Soul Art by Suzanne. Now, Miss Beadle, just to wrap up, I want you to tell me some of the other things that you have done personally as a theater practitioner and as a teacher to help with education in Jamaica.
All right. Well, one of the biggest things for me is involvement in JCDC, because the mandate of JCDC is preserve, showcase, develop, and unearth talent. And they have a wide range of arts-based programs that they have developed. And I serve on a couple of committees at the JCDC. I'm the chairman of the Arts Development Committee for Kingston and St. Andrew, and I'm an adjudicator for Festival for Speech and Drama. I also work with the Excelsior Community College Performing Arts School as an external assessor, and I take that very seriously. So I don't just go there and assess them and leave. I always sit with them, talk to them, try to help them to develop their craft, provide opportunities for them to see theater and so on and so forth. So I like to give back in those ways. And of course, I mean, as a teacher, over the years, I've taught and trained thousands, maybe, students, several of whom are involved in theater now, actively involved in film and theater and music now. And through Tableau as well, because whenever we do our summer program at Tableau, we usually give 2 or 3 scholarships away to underprivileged kids who are interested in the arts and can't pay for the fees. So I try through, and I should say also for Soul Art, every production that we do, we feature an upcoming artist.
Okay, and so who is featured in this?
This year we have veterans, Stephen Ray Johnson, Brian Johnson, Renee Williams, but we also have Stacey Ann Spence and Elisa Reed alternating, and they are upcoming thespians. So we always try to feature somebody who is interested in being an actor and may not have had another opportunity.
Okay, that's awesome. So now we're gonna tell you who the winner of the 2 tickets. So the winner for the 2 tickets to Soul Art by Suzanne is EJ Official 21, EJ_official 21. And the correct answer is Valere Johnson. Yes. So big up yourself, Uncle Valere. Big up yourself, big up yourself. And thank you so much, Miss Beadle, for joining me here this evening. So before you leave, I just want you to tell the parents, the teacher, and the caregivers one last thing that is very important. Why is entertainment so important in the process of education?
Let me say this. Several years ago at Arden, there was a young man who he's brilliant. He had a flawless record. Never been late, never been absent, no detention, nothing. Flawless. But when we used to have to write on report,
Mm-hmm.
and you write the A's in red and everything else in blue and black, him no know a blue and black on him report look like. Perfect record. Could not get into university because he had no extracurricular activities.
Oh, wow.
We've moved away from a world that is purely academic.
That is true.
Workplaces and colleges and universities are looking for well-rounded individuals. So it is crucial at Arden now. Co-curricular activities, well, they're not called extracurricular activities anymore because they are core with the main curriculum.
Yes.
And they're mandatory.
That is true.
And in several schools across the island, they're
That is true, because I have heard of schools where you cannot graduate unless you're involved in.
Yes, and because we're trying to prepare for the real world. The real world is not one-dimensional. I tell my parents all the time, when exam time come around and they lock everything else off, and the child is only able to focus on exams. That is important, yes, but that's not how the real world works. So you're not really preparing them to be able to multitask, which is what they will have to do when they go to college. Because if you live on dorm and you're not involved, you will lose your room.
That is true.
You know, so it's very important to prepare your child for the reality of life by allowing them to be involved in not just academic activities, but in a multiplicity of activities.
All right. And how important is it for the parents to support the children?
Goodness. That would be a whole half an hour. It is
2 minutes.
crucial. Let me tell you, my students who have parental support, night and day, the difference. The difference is night and day. It is so crucial to have parental support. It is crucial for me. It is crucial for them.
So I have to big up my parents for the support.
Absolutely wonderful.
If I change my mind 10 times to do 10 different things, my parents are there to support me.
Your father just spoil you.
I'm a mother.
Okay. But you know, and those parents who really support their children and the other people's children as well.
Yeah.
Just big up to them. You can't say how important it is to have parental support. So parents, I know you want them to be lawyers and doctors, but everybody in the world cannot be a lawyer and a doctor.
But you can also be a lawyer and an entertainer.
That's what I was going to go to.
Yes.
You can merge them.
Yes.
You can study entertainment law. You can study sports medicine.
True.
Or you can do both. There are so many people who are lawyers and singers, doctors and entertainers, doctors and comedians, you know, that kind of thing. So don't kill it. Just encourage them in all areas and expose them to as many things as they can be exposed to.
Thank you, Miss Beadle. And thank you so much, listeners, for joining us right here on Edutainment 101. I have to give special thanks to my sponsors, Edgelights Media and Mushet Enterprise. And big up my engineer, Abba. Abba, big up yourself.
No, what I want you to do, what I want both of you to do is to bless me up. Don't big me up. I mean, a big
Bless up yourself.
True. Bless up, Abba.
Oh my goodness me. What a lovely program. And I hope
you.
listeners really gather some edutainment from this Edutainment 101. So you can join both hosts next week. And I'm sure knowing that you'll be getting something much more stronger. This is just the first launching of this program.
It is. This is the first episode. So you are special. Yeah, you are most special. She's excited about
you are really a dramatist for true. You are really a dramatist.
She is. I also want to bless up my assistant, Sedella. Now remember to follow Extreme Edutainers at Extreme Edutainers on Instagram and Facebook. Follow Roots FM at Roots 96.1 FM _Jamaica. And you will find me at Deandra Riley on all social media platforms. You can follow Miss Beadle at
Soul Art by Suzanne on all social media platforms.
Okay. And I want you to have a blessed week.
Thank you. And
enjoy the rest of your week. Now, to see the extended version of this, you can check out our YouTube channel and our Instagram page for highlights. Next week, join us to see what the dance hall professor has in store for us. Enough people think the dance hall cannot be merged with entertainment. When we come next week, you will find out who the dance hall professor is, and you will find out what it is that he has in store for us. This is Edutainment 101, and I'm your host, Deandra. Thank you so much. Tune into Edutainment 101, where experts voice their opinions on education and entertainment with your host, Deandra. This is where education meets entertainment.